Ig Nobel guest spot number 5 with my friend Eric Gidry.
It's Ig Nobel November, and I'm going to tell you what me breaking the law has to do with that. It was the 1980s. The war on drugs was in its second decade, DARE was in its heyday, and things like this were on TV.
Crack is real whack, so you better get with it. Don't do it.
This brings us to Texas, the bastion of intelligent politicians that it is. Congressman Bob Glasgow decided to co-write and sponsored legislation that put Texas's drug control laws more in line with the times, but there were still some problems. He did what most politicians do, which is make more things illegal, but they did it in a very bad way. You see, Texas Administrative Code, Title 37, Part 1, Chapter 13, Subchapter E, made it such that if you owned a beaker without having a license for it, you're breaking the law. And it wasn't just glassware. Owning things like a filter funnel and a heating element, if you didn't have a proper license for, was illegal. So owning something like a Mr. Coffee was against the law. Thus, in 1994, with the sentiment of celebrating those whose achievements cannot or should not be reproduced, Bob won the Ig Nobel Award for Chemistry. And this law was in place all the way until 2019, the better part of 30 years. So unless you were running a lab or could fill out all the paperwork, you weren't really going to be able to own one of these, at least not legally. So I can say between 2017 when I first got these beakers to 2019 when that law was repealed, I was dealing with illegal glassware, whereas this is really just fancy rock candy.
Eric has one of the best science channels on this application, I think. Great experimentalist, and apparently an outlaw. So check out his page and follow him.